Let's start wrapping the case up. So first of all, we were asking the point one, what were the acquisition costs? You can see those here. The highest acquisition cost definitely for elite ball players. The lowest for entertainment seekers, little leaguers, and summer sluggers somewhere in between. The second point asks the break-even time without discounting the cash flows, so that we therein can just see that little leaguers without the cash flow discounting with cumulative profit broke even on the year 3. Here we see, I'm going to click on that for a second. So summer sluggers broke even on year 3 as well. Let's look at the elite ball players. Let's just take a look at the printed ad here. So the break even is on year 4 because their investment was considerably higher. The initial negative cash flow was 30,000 in the first year. Entertainment seekers, they broke even on year 2 already. So that's the answer there if you're looking for the break-even point. Now the third question asked us, what was the, while taking into account the time value of money and while cutting off the far end of all the cash flows, what was the customer lifetime value? And here it is. The lowest customer lifetime value definitely is for entertainment seekers. Then come at 177. Then come summer sluggers at almost 1,000. Then little leaguers at 5,500, and then almost 6,000 for elite ball players. The next question asks us how to prioritize. So we have initially those 4 numbers, and we can really say that the highest customer lifetime value is for elite ball players. There is so the reasons for that are that although there is a high customer acquisition cost, the frequency of purchase is big. They buy the product frequently, and there is low price elasticity relatively. Because you can ask a high price from them, and the attrition rate is comparatively low, and then basically some people might ask that little leaguers, well, they must be, certainly the kids market must be bigger, so perhaps if there are more possibilities to invest in the product that almost has the same customer lifetime value. And the other thing being that it has lower acquisition costs. So the first year for little leaguers has a negative cash flow of 5,000, whereas for elite ball players it's minus 30,000. So these are the arguments which are actually for the little leaguers, and since the acquisition cost is lower, it can be considered as a less risky investment, because if our forecasts are wrong, the money is going to come back only later on for elite ball players. So all these are actually talking in favor of little leaguers. It's certain that the entertainment seekers are the least profitable customers, so they shouldn't be that much focused on. And summer sluggers somewhere in between there, also on the low end. Now I would once again suggest you to try to take the IRR approach to this as well, because think about it, these projects, their negative investments in the first year are really of different size. So you need 30,000 of capital in the first year to do an approach to an average elite ball player, whereas you only need 5,000 to approach a little leaguer. And that might mean that the, so to say, bang per buck is better for little leaguers, and as you distribute your scarce resources, you might want to consider those market segments as well to get a high priority. The sheer size of the little leaguers as compared to elite ball players segment is also not given here. So we are also not in control of information regarding how much capital the company really can invest. So how big of a marketing campaign it can pull off. So this is all like from the finance department. But from this entire analysis, we see how important the quantitative side of marketing is to really tie the marketing to the finance side. The next question we've been posed is, what if we switch our source of Little League players by sponsoring another ward? So the results are in Little Leaguers 2. So currently we can see that the customer lifetime value has decreased, while at the same time it was explicitly stated that the Shiota ward has a bigger customer base, like twice the size. So we would want to see something called a total lifetime value of the project here. So basically the total lifetime value takes all the customers and seeks to quantify that. But once again, we have to look at all the surroundings of this new project we would undertake, because one of the questions is whether Maru, our company, will have sufficient capacity to accommodate all the new ball players without starting to run out of capacity. Right now, it was said that the customer base is so well distributed, the different niches coming at different times, that there is never a problem of running out of capacity for our company. Another thing is that if we switch to that faraway place, we need to really have a good domain knowledge. How do people drive their kids to those sessions? So is it possibly true that being farther away will be dangerous, because then a local competitor might make their move and win those kids from us, and we've already said goodbye to one customer. This brings to mind another thing, that it's always generally talking about attrition and retention. It's always easier to avoid losing a client than to win him back. So saying no here in this case, much of this we haven't considered so far. So the fact that it's really easier to retain a client usually than to win him back afterwards, after he has left us. We were also supposed to be comparing the elite ball player scenario where we do the print tab as we've used to, with the plan to throw a party for elite ball players, and we can really see that this party scenario definitely increases our customer lifetime value. So it's worth to do that if our projections are correct. So then the elite ball players will win the little leaguers by landslide. So it's 16,000 to 5,600 is the customer lifetime value difference. But once again, we haven't considered the IRR component here. But now the sixth question asks that what if we do such a thing that we give the players, the elite ball players, party 2 scenario, that we give the elite ball players a hourly price of 7,000 after the second year, after they've done their average batting in the first year, and retain them with a higher percentage. And this really shows again some sensitivity of our model. So if we are able to somehow retain them with 75% of a chance, the lifetime value will go right up to 22,656. So there also the answer to the sixth question. So this course of the action also warrants taking.